That was real special.
Thank you so much. Wow, I look out at people right now and I just think this is amazing. You know, you decide that you're going to have a little party, and this is all kind of started because a few years ago, the local people here, what we would call, a man up in Exeter had a celebration of life because he had a terminal condition, and he wanted to invite a lot of his customers, he was a car salesman, and he wanted to have a lot of his customers and friends to his house, big backyard, and have a celebration of life, because his attitude was he wanted to make sure that he heard the things that people were going to say to him after he passed. And I got to thinking about that, and I thought, you know what? I like that idea. Like, why would someone pass and everybody gathers together and goes by and says he was a nice guy and little stories and everything, but the poor stiff doesn't get to hear it, right? So I was kidding some of the folks that I golf with, in fact, all of them that I golf with, that I'm going to have a celebration of life. I want to sit in a casket. I want to be there. I want to have people come by and listen to what they say. And if they say good things, I'm going to give them a free bar ticket. And if they say bad things, I'm going to tell them where the cash bar is. And I thought this would be a fun thing. So I thought, I'm going to do that, right? Well, then, unfortunately, my wife passed away in February. So to my Newfie friends and my golfing buddies, who I'm sure they're here because they want to see me in a casket, I decided, well, this would be very appropriate timing to do that. So I know Lynn, my wife, dear wife, she passed on February 24th, and we had a celebration of life for her. And I know she's looking down and here with us today, because we had lovely memories, and most of the memories were because of her. So it was out of respect to her, I thought, I better not do the casket thing. It just doesn't feel right. So, because I took sensitivity training, I failed. I had to take it 4 times. So anyway, it was decided that the format would change a wee bit. So anyway, but I do want to thank my family. Obviously, you're nothing without your family, and Lynn was a big part of the family, and you know, we truly miss her. But you know, life goes on, and I've got 2 wonderful kids, as you can tell. Nikki and Jay have just been great kids and developed into great adults. I love their senses of humor. I don't know where they got it. It might be from their mother. I don't know for sure though. But then I got a couple of great grandkids back there, and Rowan and Abby, and you know, life's good. Life is very good. But you know, when you think of family, I just found out I had a newfound family, and Denise and Edith are here today, and they just, man, I think everyone's here been to come from away. Most of you have, or you know about it. But I can assure you that when I found out the connection here with Port Basque, when I went out there the first time, it was to Edith's husband's 80th birthday, wasn't it, Edith? And we had a nice shed party, and it was a lovely, lovely event. And what impressed me about my visit there was how they took me in. And I thought, it's just like Gander 9/11, the way Canada, and especially Newfoundland, took all those people in. And I just came back feeling a weird emotion that, you know, I know what come from away means now, because in my case, they just embraced me and took me in. And these 2 came to pick me up in Deer Lake. And the funny thing was, they did not know whether they were picking up a mass murderer or some scammer or anything. Although I did have to go through clearance, and they checked me out, and one of the family members actually hung up on me because she thought I was a scammer after her money. It ended up that they just embraced me and took me in, and they're certainly family. I love them dearly, and go out there every 2 or 3 years and spend some time. But when you take it, family is one thing, but friend friends are really special too. And to meet the criteria of who I wanted here today, I mean, we all have acquaintances and we have friends, but I wanted to make this very tight and important to me personally, because to me, I wanted to have good friends or special friends. And then how do you define that? Well, I learned a lot with my golfing friends, both at Fire Rock here and at Riverbend, that a friend to me, it jumps off the tee sheet, because I'm standing there reading people, and yeah, you're friendly to everyone, you want to treat them good, and that's the job. But when certain people come along, as the starters all know, you kind of get a little buzz on, you're happy to see them. And to me, that's what a special friend is, when they come up and you're happy to see them. And I've got actually the 1212 group and the 1204 group from Riverbend. Would you stand up, please?
Tell us how you introduce us.
Pardon?
Tell us how you introduce us each week.
Now on the tee.
I usually announce them for the tee. Next on the tee, we have the 1212 group. Very official voice, of course. But I just love to see these folks come. The ladies come first at 1204, and then the guys come along at 1212. They're so special as friends that I actually give them chocolate bars. But they're the little ones. I don't invest heavily. But after golf, they treat me so well, bring me up for a drink, and tell me nice things about myself. And, I appreciate that very much. But to me, that's a special friend when you see them. And then I worked with the Fire Rock guys. Would you stand up, please? These three guys, not only did I work with them, but you can sit down now, please. That cousin Vinny there. I worked with them, but again, I worked with 20 different people. Well, who do you play golf with most? These three guys. And that's a special friend, so I really appreciate it. And that's part of the theme of why I wanted to have people here. So I either went to school with you, I either worked with you, I golfed with you, I played poker with you. I did all kinds of things that made me feel good and made me laugh. And I enjoy making people laugh, obviously. But I enjoy people who make me laugh too. So they've all been kind of batteries for me and charge me up, because you not only inspire me and make me happy, but I like to do it back to you. So that's the group that we got here, is people that are very special. And there is a special group here as well that I haven't recognized yet. And that's my friend Hazel. And that's a very good friend, very special friend, because she was very good with my wife, and she was very good with me. And she's brought along her family, her granddaughter, and her daughter, and her son-in-law. Would you please stand up? And then who have we left? Who haven't I talked about? Right?
Me again.
My special son, Jay. And Jay, I haven't even told you about it, but I had a lot of comments from people that loved your posting of Lynn's.
Oh, that was fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
There you
Made
go.
me suffer for weeks. I was an asshole.
You actually couldn't make it for the celebration of life for my wife, but you wrote the most beautiful, I guess you'd call it, tribute to her, and it was well received. And I had several comments from people that said, "Gosh, Jay did a great job." Well, you did a great job with this too. I think you have extra talent. You're good. What did I say about Dave Taylor? Have I talked about him yet? Oh no, Dave.
Where'd he go?
Master of Ceremonies. This guy, I'll tell you, we had more fun together, good laughs and everything. And when you think of a special gathering like this, you think of, well, who do you want to have hosted? Well, I went to Dave because he just cracked me up so much. You didn't mention that I actually, when you were sick, phoned in sick one day to work. that I came around the house to see you.
That's only because the boss told you to go and see if I was really sick.
Actually, the boss did say that Dave won't be in today, and I said, well, why not? Well, he's sick. I said, do you want me to go and check?
Yeah.
Make sure he's really sick? I think that's a good idea, so I went around the house to check on him. He was sick, and great guy. But he and Pam were so good to Hazel and I, hosting us in Portugal and showing us the ropes and everything. We had a great time together, so that was perfect too. And then we have a poker group here. Peter and Margaret and Judith and Bruce Dow. We play poker together. We were playing as 4 couples, and then it ended up 3 couples and me, and then we got Hazel into the group, and the 4th couldn't be here today. He's got some health issues, the 4th couple, or the other couple. But they've been wonderful too, and just, it's so important to me to have special friends that you would invite to something like this. So yes, I have lots of acquaintances and lots of good people I know, but to be here, you really have qualified based on the fact that you're special, and it's great to have you here, so I do thank you for coming. Now, we're going to have some cake in a little while. I think you all saw the cake come up there. But they're going to cut it up, and Abby, I'm going to get you to play that song that, I think that'll be a signal to the group. And while Abby's setting this up, I do want to correct a little bit of Bruce's story. Okay? That happened, yes, he was right. It was the Sound of Music, the Highland Theater on Warncliffe, and I was at the back. Actually, it was Lynn and I were in the back. Or was it Sandy? I can't remember.
In 1960, that time of year, that would be Sandy.
Okay, my previous wife, yeah, we were sitting back behind, and in the intermission, I saw Bruce get up. He was maybe 5 rows ahead of me, and I saw him get up to go, but the theater was packed. So during the intermission, when he left, I walked down and sat beside Judith in the theater. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there talking to her, and she was a little edgy, I guess, because here I am sitting there, and she knew Bruce would be back with the popcorn soon, right? So all of a sudden, I look over, and the usher is shining the flashlight in my eyes, and Bruce actually said, "That man is bothering my wife, I want him removed." Well, the whole theater, like 40 people around the theater, are looking at me and kind of giving me that hairy eyeball look. And sure enough, the usher said, "Sir, would you mind coming out?" So I did.
The poor usher.
Well, let's do something about a birthday. I like that song, so that's going to be the signal to the staff to kind of come out with cake for everyone. And there's still lots of food there. And if you have tickets, use them. And if you don't, come and see me. Maybe we'll give you one. Actually, you should see Rowan, I guess, or Zoe. Are there any tickets left? Okay. I love this song. I thought it's a good way to bring the cake up. Remember it?
Yeah.
It's a birthday.